Hello, my dears. I hope that everything's working out well for you and that you are safe and well taken care of. We all know what's going on right now with the ongoing pandemic. So sana, maayos ang lahat sa inyong bahay at malusog kayong lahat. Okay? So there. With that, let's jump into the discussion for today's video, which is all about day 1 of contemporary issues. Now, mind you, for my class, I will be discussing contemporary issues with 2 days. So I would be using 2 days to discuss contemporary issues, and this is the first day of the out of the 2 days of discussing contemporary issues. Now, just a quick backstory. I have been teaching contemporary issues for 5 years now, and so far, every time I tell people that I'm a teacher and that I teach contemporary issues, I would always receive or I would always get the same question, which is, "Oh wow, what's that?" Right? So many people aren't really aware with what contemporary issues is as a subject, and hopefully this video would help us explain to other people what contemporary issues is all about. Okay, so let's go. Now, in discussing contemporary issues, I have here two objectives for day 1. And the first one is to identify current world issues that the students are initially aware of. And the second one is to understand the situation of the challenges we face today. Okay, so there. So that's what we are going to take a look at. One more thing. Gusto ko lamang pong sabihin na marunong na nagki-Filipino po ako, nagtatagalog po ako. And one of the reasons why I do these videos in English is because I teach the subject in English. So, tinuturo ko po ang contemporary issues in English. Contemporary issues is known as mga kontemporaryong issue in the public schools, in the Philippine public school, which is being taught in Filipino. But don't worry, wag po tayo mag-alala kasi po meron po akong mga salita, mga concepts, terminologies, and ideologies that I will be discussing in Filipino. Kasi minsan, mas magandang gamitin ang wikang Filipino para mas mapaintindi kung ano man ang gusto nating sabihin at kung ano man ang gusto nating um, ipaalam sa iba. So there. So these are my objectives. So yun, disclaimer lang. These are my objectives for today. Okay, now let's take a look at this one. Okay, now let's jump into the discussion of the word itself or the subject name itself, which is contemporary issues. There are actually three ideologies or concepts that are wrapped around the word contemporary issues. First and foremost would be the word con. Okay, now, from the Latin word contemporarius, meaning together with, magkakasama, together with, okay, or kasama. Okay? The second one would be temporary, from the Latin word temporarius, meaning of time, oras, okay, oras, time, okay, and of course the last one would be issues, meaning a matter of public concern, okay, isang bagay o isang issue kung saan uh, nagiging problema ito ng nakararami. Hindi man problema, ito ay isang bagay na makakaapekto sa maraming tao. Matter of public concern. So there. So let's take a look again at the word or the name of the subject itself. Contemporary issues. So there's together with, time, and a matter of public concern. Now, with those three concepts that I have introduced or that I have discussed, let's try to think about how we would define contemporary issues to other people. Kung merong isang taong lalapit sa'yo, magtatanong, ano ba yung contemporary issue? So, ano ba yung mga contemporary issue? Paano mo ipapaliwanag sa kanila yon? How would you explain that concept to them? How would you explain contemporary issues to them? Think about it. Maybe you could comment how you would explain the concept to other people. Okay? So So there. So let's move on to the next page. Okay. Now, when we talk about contemporary issues, when we discuss it further, these are known to be issues that have particular and significant relevance to the time, which means that these are issues that are existing today. But it doesn't necessarily mean that if they exist today, they have not been existing in the past or they have not existed in the past. Okay? For these contemporary issues, for many of these contemporary issues, they have been existing for hundreds and even thousands of years. Okay? It enriches knowledge of current issues while enhancing analytical and critical thinking skills. Okay, so tinignan natin, tanongin natin, let's ask ourselves, why do these issues still exist today? Okay, and how are we affected by these issues? These are the things that contemporary issues would be dwelling into. Okay, what are the issues? How are we affected by it? And there's another question that we could also look into. How do we address these issues? Okay, so there. So those are three things that we would generally discuss when we talk about contemporary issues. Discusses issues that greatly affects humanity, which means that all of the issues that we discuss in contemporary issues are issues that are affecting mankind. Okay? These are problems that humans are feeling or humans are experiencing. And whether or not they focus on the environment, on economics or on the economy, these issues have impact on human lives. Okay? Naapektuhan nila ang buhay ng mga tao. Okay? Kahit pa sabihin mong pangkalikasan na issue ang pag-uusapan natin o pang-ekonomiya. Okay? So there. It widens the understanding of multiple perspectives. So it gives us an idea of how the world is in general. Sometimes when we read a book or when we watch a specific series or movie, and it gives us an idea of what's really going on because it gives us a different perspective of a specific story. Okay? That's what we do in contemporary issues. Because the thing is, in reality, sa totoong buhay, pag meron tayong nakikitang problema, nakikita lamang natin siya base sa kung saan tayo nakatayo, where we're standing. Okay? We only see a problem based from where we are. But with contemporary issues, we have to look at the problem from different sides. Kailangan natin siyang tignan sa iba't ibang anggulo, looking at it in different angles. Okay? Now, this is something that I'd like you to think about. First and foremost, what are the issue or issues that you are struggling with? So what issue or issues are you struggling with today? Ano ba yung mga problema na nararanasan mo ngayon? It may be something that's personal. Okay? You might have a personal problem that you're going through, or it may be something that's more than a personal problem. It can be something that's community-based. What problems do you experience as a community? Okay? And then of course, why do these issues still exist today? Bakit nga ba nandito pa rin yung mga problema na to? Okay? Tanungin natin yung sarili natin. The problems that we have today, yung mga problema natin ngayon, are these new problems or are these problems that have been existing for a very long time now? And if the answer is yes, they have been existing for a very long time now, let's ask ourselves, tanungin natin sarili natin, why does it still exist? Bakit nandyan pa rin siya? Okay? So there. And with that, I will end my day one of contemporary issues. I'm sorry if it's a little bit short. Don't worry, I'll give another video I'll upload another video in connection with day one of discussing contemporary issues after I discuss the subject or the whole topic with my class. Okay, and I will end this discussion with a quote from Albert Einstein: "We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them." So I think that's something that we should think about. What are the problems that we have today? Why do they exist? Okay, and how do we solve them? Do we use the same problems? I mean, do we use the same thinking Or do we use the same strategy in solving them? Or maybe it's time for us to use a different strategy. And with that, I will end this video. So, bye, my dears. I hope that you're doing well. Stay safe and always, always take care of yourself, okay, your loved ones, and the people around you. Okay? Bye. See you in the next video.